All right. Welcome everyone to the Ohio Association for College Admission Counseling and Ohio Transfer Council College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each will have 6 minutes to share more about their institution and will be around for the entire session to answer your questions. My name is Chelsea and I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, a few housekeeping items. Your camera and microphone are off so the panelists cannot see or hear you. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type questions to our presenters at any time. There is a closed caption function on the bottom of the screen, so feel free to use that. This is one of many sessions happening, so if you were able to jump into the others or weren't and want to go back through, there are videos being recorded and they will be available at strivescan.com/Ohio. All right, and let's jump in with Miami University.
Give me 1 second to share my screen. The facilitator needs to stop sharing the screen before I can. Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Sorry. That pasted some formatting that I did not intend. So welcome to Miami University. We are one of the original public Ivies, and I guess I should introduce myself first. My name is Richard Tews. I am a Senior Assistant Director of Transfer Admission at Miami University. I'm also an alumni a couple of times over, so I would be happy to answer any questions about living in Oxford or the culture or the academic programs. Miami University is one of the original public Ivies. This was a term that was coined by a Yale admissions counselor back in 1985. And it is a school that gives you the Ivy League experience at a public school price. We're very proud of this. We're also one of the few public Ivies that has been on every list since 1985. And we would love for you to come and experience that public Ivy experience. Miami is located in Oxford, Ohio, that is between Cincinnati and Dayton. And it is the quintessential college town. One of our former presidents said, all roads don't lead to Oxford. To get here, you have to want to get here. But once you're here, you never want to leave, which is absolutely true. Our alumni tend to come back. They tend to want to come back. They tend to look forward to alumni weekends. College life and student life is very important, both to the city of Oxford and to Miami University. And the two are kind of partners in educating the young people who come to Miami. And that makes it an incredibly safe place to learn how to be an adult and to stand on your own 2 feet and to be away from home for the first time for some of you, and to kind of learn all of the things about being a college student and being an adult beyond college, but in somewhat of a safe environment. Miami has over 600 student organizations, which is a lot. In the fall, there's what is known as a mega fair, which you can go about and find kind of all of the student organizations. This is important because it is one of those situations where it allows you to network and to develop the soft skills that are necessary for finding employment later. So when you're looking for leadership skills, when you're looking for organizational skills, when you're looking to demonstrate that you have joined an organization and moved your way up, our student life and student organizations are a way to do that. And we are very successful at that. Academics, which is kind of the reason why you're here. Miami offers 30 combined bachelor and master's degree programs. This isn't all of our majors, but these are programs that would allow you to come in as transfer students, spend a year or two finishing up a bachelor's degree, and then also get a master's degree if you stay around. So most of the time transfer students come in, they want to spend a year or two and graduate with a bachelor's degree. If you spent an extra year or so, you would be able to study in one of these programs and graduate with a master's degree, which is a way to kind of distinguish yourself on a job market, or if you're looking to kind of study academically somewhere else. You can find all of those on our website. I don't have the list memorized. Most of our graduates have either a degree or a second major or a minor. Meaning that we are flexible in your academic plan. We want you to be able to find a course of study that works for you, and that is kind of the best avenue for you. Our advisors work to help you combine that. We want you to be able to major in something that is going to make you money, but also minor in something that you're passionate about, so you get the most out of your academic life. We are very good at placing students in internships, which are basically the new entry-level jobs. We want you to get out there and get real-world experience. 10,500 of our students have participated in internships since 2018, and we are very good at placing students, and we have partnerships with a lot of local businesses in Cincinnati and Dayton and Columbus. The whole educational philosophy is the broader in education, the more prepared you're going to be for lifelong success. We want you to get as much out of your education as possible. That's why we offer combined master and bachelor programs. That's why we offer majors and minors. We offer flexibility so that you can kind of get as much as you want. As the adage goes, your degree is going to get you your first job. Your education is going to get you your second or your third or your fourth, and all of those promotions. So the things that you learn and learning how to learn is going to get you ahead after you get that first job. Miami's academic life is organized into 5 colleges: College of Creative Arts, College of Arts and Sciences, College of Health, Education and Society, College of Engineering, the Nursing Program, and the Farmer School of Business. Unfortunately, transfer students are not eligible for the nursing program. And we have over 120 majors. So you should be able to find something that you are interested in. And the odds are, if you're already interested in something, you'll be able to find something that interests you. Miami's professors teach. You are not going to be taught by graduate students. You will be taught by fully employed credentialed professors. And we are top 10 school in having our professors teach. You will have hands-on experience with the professors that teach you. And they will be the people that are with you in the classroom. We also have a student to faculty ratio that is 17-1. So the odds of you having a relationship with your professors is very great. You'll go out of your way. They will know your name. You will know their names. You won't just be a number in a classroom. And I'm being played out, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit. Miami has a variety of scholarships that are available. We have PTK scholarships, partnership scholarships, merit scholarships. I'd be happy to talk to you about any of those. And the last thing I'll mention is that when you get accepted to Miami, we have what is known as the tuition promise, where we will lock in the tuition and fees for 4 years, and your tuition and fees will not increase over the course of those 4 years. So any scholarships that you get will be maintained over the course of those 4 years, and the value will not change. Thanks, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions.
Awesome, thank you. Okay, Ohio Dominican University is up next.
Hi, thank you. Give me a second here and I can get my screen shared. Yeah. I cannot seem to find my presentation. Maybe you want to go on to another school?
Sure, we can
give me a
pop
chance
down.
to dig around. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so Cleveland Institute of Art, are you ready to go? Maybe not. Okay, I can pop down to Ohio University. Are you ready to go? Yeah?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
Let me go ahead.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And then we'll pop back to Ohio Dominican after.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. Thanks. Okay, hi everyone. My name is Lindsay Lake Hawkins, and I serve as the Director of Outreach and Engagement with Ohio University. So when you hear people think about Ohio University or talk about Ohio University, you will hear them talk about Ohio University and Athens as one and the same. So they really blur the lines between campus and community. So the city of Athens definitely has its own personality. Our location is something that sets us apart. We're located in southeastern Ohio, and Athens was ranked one of the top 100 art communities in the nation. We were called Small Town by USA Today 10 Best. A really exciting and fun thing that I think is fun. When students come back to campus for the spring or for the fall and spring semesters, they double the size of the city of Athens. So it's very much a college town. And then all of those outdoorsy activities are right there at your fingertips. Even if you are not an outdoorsy type of person, you might just become a hiker just by hiking around campus. So that's an actual picture of campus, as you can see, but it does take about 15 minutes to get from one side to the other. So it's not too terribly hard to navigate. So we've been around for 218 years, but we really want to focus on tomorrow. So we want to make sure that we're providing the best information for you to be able to make a decision about whether to apply or enroll with Ohio University. So we were established in 1804, and that makes us the oldest institution of higher education in the Old Northwest Territory, the 9th oldest public institution in the state of Ohio. We are an R1 designated research institution, and that's the highest level for a research institution designated by the Carnegie Foundation. We do have regional campuses and centers located across the state of Ohio. So you'll find our regional campuses in eastern and southern Ohio, and then you'll find our centers scattered all across the state from Cleveland to Cincinnati. We believe in a personalized experience-based education. We have 250 plus academic programs to choose from on our main campus in Athens. So that includes our majors, minors, and certificate programs. We have a really strong focus on our undergraduate teaching and research because that is our largest population on campus. We have about 16,000 undergraduate students. We have a 17-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and our average class size is right around 26 students. Now you will encounter those classes that are going to be a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, but we try to stick to right around that 26. 86% of our courses are taught by faculty. So you're learning from experts. And since we are an R1 research designated institution, our faculty are also encouraged to pursue research and pursue their passions in their areas. And students are able to sometimes help out with that. So it's always great when students can do that. So this is a listing of all of our academic colleges. We have 9 academic colleges and 1 center. That's how we break down our majors. So it's not like you're just going to be in one place on campus the whole time. This is just how we break them down by program. We do have some programs that are more selective. You can go onto our website to see the selective admission criteria programs. There are a lot of get involved. We have 500 plus student organizations available on campus, and that number can change from year to year. If you want to start that, you can absolutely do so, as long as you have a couple other students who are interested in that as well. We offer 16 NCAA Division I teams on campus, 30 plus clubs, club sports and intramural sports. And then our Arts for Ohio initiative allows students to attend hundreds of arts events on campus at no additional cost. And the same is true for our varsity athletic events. All of our home games, students are able to get into those at no additional cost as well. All you have to do is show your student ID. So it's not a matter of what is there to do on campus, it's a matter of what am I going to do on campus that day. When it comes to tuition and fees, you can see a breakdown for Ohio residents as well as non-Ohio residents. We are a public state institution, so we have that non-Ohio resident surcharge listed there. We do have a 2-year on-campus residency requirement, so we require that all first and second year students live on campus post high school. For transfer students, if you have completed 4 semesters or 6 quarters at another college or university, or you are 23 years or older, you are not required to live on campus. So that's something important to keep in mind when you're taking a look at the cost breakdown, because you want to know if you just want to focus on tuition and fees, or if you want to include the room and board and meal plan in there. So we have something in place called our Ohio Guarantee, and it was the first and most comprehensive fixed tuition and fees guarantee in the state. We started it way back in 2015. And what this does is it allows you to come in under a cohort. So in the semester that you begin, you're coming in under that Ohio Guarantee cohort. And what that does is it guarantees your tuition and fees to be fixed for either 6 semesters if you're coming in as a sophomore student, or 4 semesters if you're coming in during your junior year. It's a shared commitment to on-time and on-plan graduation, and it opens you up to additional benefits as an alum, like extended opportunities to take advantage of our career network, which is our award-winning career services office. So with the application process, we are a member of the Common Application, but we have our own application as well. We do have a $50 application fee, but we never want that to serve as a barrier for students to apply. So if you're taking a look at that and you're like, I can't swing that right now, totally fine. Get a hold of us in the admissions office and we can talk to you about the process for requesting an application fee. And then we also need your official transcripts, and those need to be sent directly from the college or university where the credit was originally earned. So if you've attended another college or university and on your current institution's transcript, you'll still need to send that that credit from the previous institution, because it needs to come directly from the school where the credit was earned. We're looking for a minimum of a 2.0 GPA or higher and 20 semester hours completed. If you have fewer than 20 semester hours completed, you will also need to submit your high school transcript for consideration. And then our deadlines we have listed up on the screen right here, but you can also see those on our website. And then we always encourage you to stay in contact with us over social media as well, so you can see that information there. All right, thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone.
Mortified if I
Thank you so much. All right, next up, we'll see if Ohio Dominican University is ready.
Hello, hello. I'm going to try and see if I can share it. Oh, Ginny's got it. Good. Thank you, Ginny. Ginny, do you want to give the presentation? Okay.
Give me 1 second. Sorry, my
All right.
my thing is being fun. Never a dull day. John, do you want to start?
Sure. So welcome. My name is John Neely, and I'm a transfer counselor at Ohio Dominican University. And my colleague Jenny is also with us. She'll introduce herself in a second, but we are happy to be here today. Ohio Dominican is a university of about 1,300 students located in Columbus, Ohio. And we're close to the airport. We're kind of nestled in a nice residential area. And we have currently about 43 undergraduate majors and 9 graduate majors. Jenny, you want to chime in and introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Ginny Schminkiasi. I am a transfer admissions counselor. I work with all schools except Columbus State. And I do a lot of the transfer credit evaluations, which will show you how your courses will transfer over to ODU.
Great, thanks. So can we move on to the next one here? Let's see if we can. So we are, ODU is Central Ohio's Catholic University. Although we are a Catholic university, everyone is welcome. And that is because we are a Catholic university. It is a very welcoming environment. Actually, about 21% of our students are Catholic, but we have students from all the different religions, races. Like I said, everyone is welcome at ODU. We are also Central Ohio's only Division II sports school. We have 16 teams, 8 men and 8 women in the Division II sports. Very good.
All right, some fast facts. This slideshow is a little outdated since we got some new data. And I do want to note that instead of 39 undergraduate programs, we've added, I think it's 42, and we're still growing. So we've added a lot in the computer science direction, mainly cybersecurity and IT. However, there are plans to be adding some more in the health sciences, as well as others related to business and the sciences. We have about 1,500 students total, and that is including grad students. So if you're looking for all of the cool stuff that you can get from downtown Columbus, which we're about 10 minutes away from, but a small school and a small campus where you don't feel like you get lost or you have a chance to really get to know your professors, this is definitely a great option.
Yeah, that's a great point, Jenny. You're definitely not a number at ODU. You're going to know your professors. Your professors are going to know your name. Several of the professors even give out their cell phone numbers on the first day of class. So they're not required to do that, but a lot of them do. So great. Well, we have students from over 29 countries and all over states, all over the U.S. Most of our population does come from the Ohio and Midwest region. But we can probably move on to the next slide, see if we got any. The next one is there. Yeah. Well, here's kind of a list of our majors. And as Jenny spoke earlier, we are expanding in the computer and computer science area. We also have an amazing education program. Business is actually our largest major at ODU. So very good.
Scholarship wise, so don't let the sticker cost of a small liberal arts school phase you. As a transfer student, you can get up to 18,000. And if you are a member of PTK, or if you choose to join our honors program, you can add up to 1,000, 2,000 to 3,000 extra scholarship, and those will stack. So for example, if you have 18,000 from our merit scholarship, and then you join honors as a transfer student, you would have a $19,000 scholarship total.
Fantastic. So, well, the application process is very streamlined for transfer students. Either Jenny or myself will be assisting you through that process. It's just a matter of completing our free undergraduate application. It takes just about 10 minutes to complete. And then we need your official transcript from any college or university you've attended. And again, we're also happy to do free transfer credit evaluations. Even before you apply, you can send Jenny or myself your college transcripts. We'll be happy to put that together for you. That way you can see that what exactly would transfer over to ODU if you decide to attend. So, by the way, scholarships that Jenny mentioned, we automatically review students for scholarship upon their acceptance. So you don't have to complete a separate application for. We'll take care of that as soon as you're admitted. Also, we don't require a letter of recommendation or a personal statement at ODU. We figure you're transferring in, you've been through that before. So we try to make it as streamlined as possible for you. You want to chat about the FAFSA?
Oh, yes. So I would recommend getting your FAFSA done as soon as possible for when you are transferring. I know that next year the FAFSA is going to be a bit different. So just keep an eye out for that. But do not forget that you can always add multiple schools to a FAFSA. And if you need to add ODU, we have our code, which is 003035. Also, you can just do a search when you're on studentaid.gov. But in general, doing the FAFSA is great. And please do it no matter who you apply to.
Mm-hmm. Great. I think that we'll go ahead and wrap up because I think that Chelsea's ready for the next school. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. Cleveland Institute of Art is up next.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Tom Green, Associate Director of Admissions at the Cleveland Institute of Art. And I am going to start here. Why CIA? Because of our real world experiences, our real world partners, our real world projects, and our real world connections. CIA has partnerships with all major animation studios for our illustration, animation, and digital arts students. CIA has longstanding relationships with the big three auto companies, as well as international companies such as Alfa Romeo, whose design department was headed by a CIA alum. We have similar partnerships across all of our majors. This is a collaboration with the Great Lakes Science Center and the Cleveland Institute of Music. For their 360-degree theater, the Great Lakes Science Center had CIA students design the visuals, and then we synced the visuals with the original music created by the Cleveland Institute of Music students. Film director Paul Schrader reached out to CIA when filming Dog Eat Dog, and our students did storyboards and worked as extras in the film, which was shot here in Cleveland. We work with many community groups and institutions in Cleveland. Here you see our drawing students working on portraits at the Cleveland Clinic and also at university hospitals, both located in our neighborhood. The portraits are then on display at the hospitals and ultimately given to the patients. Why Cleveland? Cleveland has a lot to offer. We are Great Lakes City. This is our Playhouse Square, which is the largest concentration of theaters and live productions outside of New York City. This is University Circle, our neighborhood. We are just 5 miles from downtown. And this is the home of the world-renowned Cleveland Museum of Art, where our students have access year-round, and many of our art history classes are taught there. Lots of green space in University Circle. This is Wade Oval. There's also Rockefeller Park with its cultural gardens and bike paths. And we're just 10 minutes from the Lake Erie Nature Preserve. Got some more museum shots, and University Circle is also home to the Cleveland Orchestra and the Cleveland Botanical Gardens. We're just 1 block from the Cleveland Museum of Art, or Contemporary Museum of Art, I'm sorry, which is right across the street from our first-year residence hall. Our neighborhood is home to the Natural History Museum and the Crawford Auto Aviation Museum. The Sculpture Center of Cleveland is just a couple blocks away. As I mentioned earlier, we have the Cleveland Clinic and University Hospitals, where our life sciences illustration students often have their internships. University Circle has lots of cultural events and activities, and it's a great place to be in all 4 of our seasons. You're surrounded by creativity in University Circle. This is our uptown area, and on the left is our first-year residence hall, where most suites have up to 4 students. On the right is the Contemporary Museum of Art. Uptown has lots of restaurants and activities. And this is our second-year residence hall, less than a block away, and it has an apartment-style design. This is the Gunn Building with our classrooms, studios, and exhibition spaces. It's got a 4-story atrium. Our main gallery, the Reinberger Gallery, you can see on the right. We have over 250,000 square feet of creative space. All of our students in all of our majors are assigned their own studio space. As I mentioned earlier, we collaborate with our neighborhood partners. These are some of our fashion students who work with the Contemporary Museum of Art. Our faculty exhibit regularly, and this is Jimmy Keenley's exhibition at the Exploratorium in San Francisco. Many of our faculty also have professional practices in addition to teaching. This is our chair of industrial design, Dan Cafaro, who has his own product design company. Our alumni regularly return and give talks and critiques. Dana Schutz is a painting alum living and working in New York City. And for our majors, we've got industrial design, interior architecture, and graphic design. Our craft majors include ceramics, jewelry and metals, glass, sculpture and expanded media. We have animation, life sciences, illustration, and game design majors, and drawing, painting, and printmaking. Our alumni are doing some amazing things. Zach Petrock at Disney Studios was the lead animator for Big Hero 6. Brian Michael Bendis heads up the DC Comics and Superman franchises. Wes Burt was the lead character development designer, the Transformers series. Scott Kruger is a director of car and SUV development for Dodge and Chrysler. Nolan Beck is a graphic designer who developed the new logo for our county government, and his logo is seen practically everywhere here. Industrial design alumni John Nottingham and John Spurt created the Dirt Devil and the Swiffer. And Clotilde Jimenez is a fine artist who was recently featured on the cover of Art in America. So to wrap things up, there are a lot of creative opportunities and career paths available for you here at the Cleveland Institute of Art. And we think it's a great place to pursue your artistic passion. I don't think I'm going to be going over all of the transfer student application processes here. Big things are the deadlines for spring. Entry is November 15th, and fall semester, we are extending that April 1 deadline to June 1. And thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Mount Vernon Nazarene University is here with us, so we'll have them go next.
Let me share my screen here. Perfect. Can you see my presentation? Okay, so I am representing Mount Vernon Nazarene University. My name is Sydney Moon. I'm the admissions counselor for transfer students. I just graduated a little bit over a year ago, and I was a transfer student myself, so I love to get to work with you all through the transfer process. So why MVNU? We are a small Christian school about 40 minutes northeast of Columbus, Ohio, and we transform lives through education. So we focus on scholarship, you know, some of the greatest academic programs with professors. You really get that one-on-one time. Our student to faculty ratio is 15:1. So your professors really get to know you, not only your strengths and weaknesses academically, but also just you as a person and spiritually and all of that. And that really impacted me in my time as a student here. We also focus on character. So we have classes that help you focus on your vocation and your calling in the world. And that doesn't only mean your job, your career path. It means you as a person, your character in this world, and how you affect your environment around you. And also service. We have many community service groups that go out weekly. We also have a 2-week spring break that allows lots of different departments to travel the world and go on missions trips on those 2-week spring break days, which is a great opportunity to do while you're in college. So you also get college credit for traveling the world with those trips, which is pretty cool. We have amazing outcomes. So about 94% of MVNU graduates are employed or enrolled in graduate school within 1 year of graduation. And for both 2021 and 2022, Intelligent.com has rated us the best job placement rate in Ohio. Here's just 3 examples of some of our amazing alumni and what they are doing and how they're impacting the world. So Dr. Chris Weghorst, he is a cancer researcher, actually one of the most cited cancer researchers, which is really cool. Jeremy Walls is the Chief Revenue Officer of the Miami Dolphins. So, and Dr. Laura Johnson is an OBGYN at Kujib Nazarene Hospital in Papua New Guinea. So close to home, far from ordinary. So Mount Vernon, Ohio was named a best hometown by Ohio Magazine. We like to joke and say that it's the hallmark town of Ohio. We have lots of small town charm, but not too far away from big opportunities. So like I said, 45 minutes away from Columbus. So I did an internship in Columbus during my time here, and that really helped me to network when I was applying to jobs during my senior year and close to graduation. So We were named one of 2022's safest college campuses in Ohio by niche.com. So a really safe area that's good to call home. We make high quality education affordable. So we have been ranked number 2 of the lowest average student debt in Ohio, which can be surprising for some people. Since we are a private institution, people usually associate that with a higher price tag. But we give very generous financial aid packages out, and so much so that we've been ranked this, and lots of students actually graduate with a lot less debt, which is great. Collegefactual.com has rated us in the top 5% best colleges for the money, and $20,000 is that top academic scholarship based on your GPA, and that's guaranteed for your 5 years. So like I said, very generous financial aid packages. Here is some of our majors. So accounting, art, biology, chemistry, engineering, Christian ministry, worship arts. If you're looking for something, we have over 80 degree programs that we would love to share with you more about, and for all the different paths that you think your life could go. So how MVNU has impacted me, like I said, I went to a really large university for my freshman year, and I just felt lost in the crowd. It was so easy to just, get lost in a large classroom or in a large dorm. But when I transferred here to MVNU, I found my people. We have a great campus community here, and that is facilitated not only by your RAs in the dorm rooms and people around, but even professors and everything like that. So I encourage you to apply to MVNU today at mvnu.edu/apply and use my waiver code MVNU Sydney. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
All right, I'd love to welcome everybody back on screen so we can hear from you one more time before we wrap up for the afternoon, evening. So I'm going to throw this question out here, and we'd love to hear from each of you. What advice would you give someone going through the transfer process now? Maybe we'll go from bottom up. So Ohio University, would you like to start?
So I know that this is very cliche, but I would encourage you to ask questions. You've been through this before. We know that you've been through this before. So asking those questions that are typical of a first-year student, but then asking the really important questions like, how do my credits transfer? Where can I find resources that are specific for new students on campus who have been through this before? So again, kind of cliche, but yeah, making sure that you're asking questions.
Great, thank you. Cleveland Institute of Art, what is your advice?
Because we are kind of a specialty school, it's one of those things where I think your persistence, if we're a good fit for your creative passion, stick with it. Your art and design studio courses have to very closely align with our required curriculum, but we do offer a lot of open elective studio credit. So we need to sit and talk and review the courses that you've taken, the learning outcomes, but the portfolio for a school like Cleveland Institute of Art is critical.
Excellent. Thank you. All right, Ohio Dominican University.
I would say take the opportunity to kind of bounce off of OU's statement. Take the opportunity to visit campus if you can, or at the very least do a virtual meeting. Get to know your admissions counselor, whoever they may be. They're going to be your best resource, and ask a ton of questions, and really use them and really explore and get a feel for campus. Think about your why and think about your future goals, and just, keep that in mind as you're going through.
Yeah, Ginny, you took my answer. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That was a really good answer. I would just piggyback on that and say, yes, absolutely. Visit all the schools that you're interested in transferring to, and don't rule out private institutions just because you think they're too expensive, because there are scholar grants and loans available that can help bring them down, help bring down the cost. It's important to find an institution that fits you.
Awesome. Thank you. And Miami University, what is your advice?
I would say my advice for the transfer process in general is to get an early start and make sure that you have kind of all of your materials for the application process. So for instance, we have a lot of people who are submitting transcripts, but they forget that they took college classes when they were in high school. So they forget dual credit classes or CCP credits. And so it kind of holds up the transfer process when when we have to seek out additional transcripts. So just kind of make sure you've got all your materials, get an early start. It allows you to go to campuses and visit. It allows you to kind of be in contact with your counselors, but don't wait until those deadlines in the mid or in the early summer to start thinking about the transfer process.
Awesome. Thank you. MV, and you?
I think as a transfer student, it can feel very lonely because it feels like you, didn't choose the right place the first time, or you're the only one doing a transfer like this. And so, like everyone else said, I just want to say, like, get to know your admissions counselor. They are here to help you through the process and help you on your unique journey. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, so before we wrap up, I know there's a comment in the chat. If anybody wants to post your information to share out with the participants, that would be lovely. I think MVNU, there was a specific question for your website. So before we wrap up, if you want to post those things in there for anybody watching now or later, that would be great. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to do a slow wrap up here. So if anybody wants to put their information out, they can do that. So we want to send a big thank you to the participants for putting the information together and being here with us today. Same to our participants. We appreciate your time. We hope you learned something. I definitely did. So moving forward, there will be a link when you close out from the session. There's a quick 5-question survey. We appreciate really any feedback you can provide. We do encourage you to see if there are any other sessions you're interested in. This is the last one for the evening, but there are others being recorded or have been recorded. So if there's anything you're interested in watching or rewatching, feel free to look for those at strivescan.com/Ohio. Right, and I think that's it for us tonight. Thank you again so much. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and hopefully we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.